name's Elise and I'm here at Windsor Park Nordic Centre, and today we're going to be talking about glide waxing. So first off, the things that we need, we're going to need a scraper. A plastic scraper is perfectly fine. You'll usually want to clean it off before you go so that it's nice and not full of old wax. If you're glide waxing your classic skis like I am, some masking tape is also useful. I'll show you why in a second. You'll want your glide wax, obviously. Today I'm using blue, -6 to -12 is what I'm using. There's brushes as well. You can have a variety of brushes. For simplicity, I'm using a nylon brush today, and that's it. Fiberline or some sort of shop cloth or something like that just to clean off your bases. And obviously your iron, which I won't touch because it's hot. So first thing I did before we started, I set my iron on to 140 because that's what the little box says, so that it'll be hot enough to melt my wax, and that's ready to go. So because I'm skiing, I'm waxing my classic skis, I'm going to put some masking tape on my sort of glide zone. So I have 2 arrows on either side that mark sort of my grip zone, which is where my weight kind of fits. So I'm going to put that tape, so here, and one on the other side. There's my arrow. Some people I know like to put tape all the way through as well. I'm just like taking it, lost some, but like essentially putting the tape down the whole base. I don't usually do that, but if you feel more comfortable and knowing that you won't get any sort of wax on your grip zone, go for it. That's also fine. But for today, we will leave that. So first thing that we're going to do, there's 2 ways of putting on glide wax. You can either drip it or you can sort of rub it on. I prefer to rub it on. It wastes less wax essentially, and it takes less time as well. The only time where I drip is if I use a much colder wax, and then usually dripping is a little bit easier. So I'm just going to push it down on the iron and then rub it down on my ski. A thin layer is fine. You don't need a thick layer of wax. It's not going to make you go slower or faster to have less or more wax, so I did that. We'll do it on the other side quickly too. You want to go all the way to the end, but I think if you notice that at the tip of my ski I didn't go to the end of the ski, that's because I don't ski on this little bit here, so no need to wax that. It's good to go. Okay, so when we're going to put the iron down on the ski, couple of things to keep in mind. Never, ever, ever hold the iron in one spot. You always want to keep the iron moving. So that's always what you want to do. You never just want to hold it, because then you'll burn your ski and, well, there goes your ski, and that's no good. So I'm going to start at my tip, and I'm going to just keep holding it constantly all the way to this bit here, and then I'll just lift it right up. So if we can see that. You want to try and keep it as flat as possible when you're going down your ski. Sometimes the skis get older, they get a little bit warped, and then you kind of have to move them around, and that's fine as long as you're just not holding it down in the same spot. Okay, that's the tip. Let's do this side. It's the same thing. I don't want to hold it in one spot. I always want to move it forward. Slowly is fine. And essentially you want to make sure that every single part of your base has some glide wax on it. Okay, so let's put this aside. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there, my scraper. The way I'm going to hold it is fairly simple. I'm going to have both hands on either side and my thumbs together in the middle. Right, so I want to keep a solid hold on it. That way I'm not going to do this on my ski and maybe scrape my ski instead of the wax, and we don't want that. So hands at the back, and you're holding it this way, and you're always scraping forwards like that. If ever you have to pull back, then you'll want to do the same thing. You're still holding it in the same position and still scraping like that. So I'll show you guys this. Okay, so I'm at the end, I'm holding it, and I'm just going to push down. Wipe some of that wax off. So as long as there's still white wax coming up, then I know that I still have wax in there. I think we're good. do the sides a little bit. You'll notice that you always, if you have the white on the side, you can just scrape it off. Okay, so instead of touching my wax, my base, sorry, I should say, with my hand, I'm just going to use a piece of Fiberline and brush all that excess stuff away. You also have a ridge, everybody knows this. So for the ridge, I usually have a little ridge scraper, but I have lost mine for the moment. So just my scraper itself will be fine. And I'm just going to carefully do this. Normally, you can do this beforehand, before you scrape your wax off. That way you don't go off track and hit your ski. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. Here we go. And I'll give it a last go just in case. Okay, so there's nothing left. So the last part of this is I'm going to take my brush, my nylon brush this time, and because I ski this way, I'm going to brush it the other way, kind of in the direction that I go. And you can put a solid grip on this, just hold it and brush it down. And that's just sort of polishing it up, getting it ready to go. Okay. Brush that all off again. And there we go. I have glide waxed half of my ski. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you come and join us at Windsor Park Nordic Centre sometime soon. See ya.